I recently tried smoking Buddha. What an experience it was. The dosage was about 3 large bowls, by myself mind you. I heard a lot about people smoking it and feeling great, so I decided it was for me. I lit up in the second floor of my garage where I have a small party room set up. I always heard that it worked fast, but for some reason I smoked all of it. There was no reaction. I was so disappointed because there was a school dance that night and I hoped to be stoned for it. So I thought, what the hell, I'll go have a couple of shots of vodka before I go, that'll do the trick. After about 30 minutes my mother called me in the house to eat. I remember my mouth being extremely dry. While I was eating I went through 5 glasses of soda. About 15 minutes into dinner I felt this huge sense of relaxation and calm. Then when I lifted my fork to put some steak in my mouth. Bam! I whipped the fork across the room and couldn't explain why. At this point I was way out of my mind, so I went to my room and downed about 10 or 11 shots of vodka. My friend came to pick me up and couldn't believe how messed up I was. He kept laughing at me and asking if I was okay. I was like, yeah, whatever. After about 1.5 hours after smoking up I felt another wave of the tinglies come over me. Then when we were pulling into the school parking lot I was the happiest I had ever been. I remember feeling so at peace with myself and everyone else around me. I was looking at the street lights when all of a sudden the poles they were on began to bend over. This seriously freaked me out as I had never heard of people hallucinating on weed before. Then I looked to my friend to ask if he could see it and his face took on the form of a penguin. I was seriously whacked out, so I decided to make the best of it and just enjoy it. We were walking in when suddenly the school zoomed out away from us about 100 yards. Then it zoomed in again about 2 minutes later. So we went inside and it was about 2 hours from liftoff, so I was defiantly out there somewhere. We got in on the dance floor and another peaceful wave hit me, only this time it wouldn't recede. It just got stronger, stronger, and stronger until it stayed there at the same level for about an hour or so. All the while I saw patterns and things, not like out of nowhere like on acid or anything, but simply on tie-dye shirts or on the paint on the walls, etc. I would have spells where I would just stare at them and talk to them. Then I got upset because a gnome I saw on a table wouldn't talk back to me. People must have been staring terribly. So I decided to go outside for a minute and calm down. Outside I discussed the dismemberment of the Grateful Dead with my friend, both of us being deadheads. So after about 10 minutes or so I went back inside. When I got on the dance floor, it just went on forever. It was infinite, never ending, until I saw the DJ and he was at a point that looked like the edge of the plane. I went up to where he was only to find it went on forever still. I was amazed. It was like a revelation that went through my body. I suddenly tied it to the possibilities of life being infinite and ever-changing. At the end of the dance I met up with my penguin-headed friend and headed to the car. I couldn't stop thinking about the plane, about how it just kept going. So I got home about 12 o'clock and went directly to bed. It took me 20 minutes to do it, but I crawled into bed, turned on some fish, and looked forward to my next experience. I told some of my stoner friends about this and they believed that there was definitely something besides weed in the bag I had. My one friend said datura, another said PCP. In any case, all I can say is that marijuana should be legalized because it can truly change your life for the better.